the GTT, which is the glucose tolerance test in the mouse or in the human, so it's applicable for both. So I'm going to start from the data, the already existing data that I have, and I have already performed the AUC. So I'm not going to carry out the entire process here again, because it would generate a multiple copies of the same file. So I'm just going to show you how it is done, where to go and what to click, and how to perform that, so that you can get a graph out of it and you can analyze your data to get the p-values for your groups. So as you can see here, I have the 3 different group, and these are the glucose tolerance test value for the each individual time points starting from a 0 to 120 minute. We have provided them with the 2 gram per kg body weight of the glucose, which is a standard, and then we have measured at every point, like at the baseline and the 15-minute post, providing them the glucose. So when you get all this value, you post them in the table format, which is XY table. So if you can click here, it will show you the table format, which is XY, and there are others options as well. So we paste our data in the XY table format, and then we hit OK.
It's 9 o'clock.
So we have all this data here. So the next step is to copy the data. So we click here and then we copy the data. Once the data is copied, we need to put these data as an individual animal data in a new graph. So basically in a new table, I would say. So we go to this plus sign and then we choose a new table without the automatic graph. Once you hit that, you will get table format, which is something like, let me show you. So we basically have to find the same data. So we are dealing with the week 5 GTT data. We have to find something that I have already done before. So this is somewhere in the middle. So this is the week 5 GTTJ strain. So this is something. So once you hit that plus button over here and then the new table, so it will give you a window something like this. In this window, you have to choose the XY rather than any other column or the group. Once you choose the XY, the first thing you need to do is to enter the plot as a single Y value for each time point. So you hit that one and then you can create that table. Once you create that table, it will give you a table something like this. So once you are here in this table, in fact it is all blanked in the beginning, so you hit in this box and then you paste your data. Once you paste, as soon as you paste the data, it will automatically name the each individual group by itself and you don't have to do anything else. So this is all done here. So after this, we are going to analyze. So the next step is to click on the analyze, and then you will be provided with this option, with this pop-up window where you get the area under the curve. You choose that option, and every single, if you can see here, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and each individual animal in the each individual group. So it's basically selects everything that it needs to calculate. So once we hit the OK button, it will generate you a results, which is something like this. So you will get the total area. So once you are here in the result section, you go to the total area, you calculate, you copy the entire data, whatever you have. So you copy that, and after copying the data again, the second step is to create a new data table with a graph. Once you hit that, in this case, if you remember previously, during the first instance when we had to create the table, we choose the XY option and then we plotted them at an individual time point. But this time we are going to choose as a group. Once we choose as a group, we choose the option like an inter individual replicate value. So it's basically, when you choose that option, what it means is that whatever number of animals are there in your one group, so you choose the maximum value. Let's say, for example, I have the 3 groups. So the chow, high fat diet at 23 degree and high fat diet at 30 degree. And in the high-fat diet, I have the maximum number of mice, like a 6 mice per group. But in the chow, I have just like a 3-4 group. So I would choose the maximum number here. So I would select whatever maximum number is out of all the entire study. So I will choose 6. Once we hit that and we create the table, it will give us a new table format, which is like a grouped table format. So I'm going to show you how it appears. So it will give you this one. So this is grouped table format. You paste everything and then you name your group. So once you have that, so basically I have, just like I said, I have like a 3 mice in one group in the chow, and 5 to 6 mice per in the high fat diet LNAM at 2 different temperatures. So I have included this many number in that table format while creating that table. Once you hit that, the remaining would be left blank. That's okay, totally fine. Now after this, we go to analyze, and then we calculate one-way ANOVA. So that's where you get the stat. As soon as you paste all your data in the your area data, it would generate results for you. So the results, or basically the graph, would appear something like it would appear something like this. So if we can go down here, so it will generate a graph something like this, and then you can name the AUC, millimole per liter, into 120 minutes, which is the maximum time duration of until which you have calculated all the data. So all is there. Once you have this graph, you can just beautify it in whatever way you want. You just go to this magic wand tool and then choose a graph that you want to apply the settings to this graph, and then click next and keep going from there, and all the settings will be applied to this one. And after that, you go to the analyze button and then you choose the one way. In this case, I have used one way ANOVA because that's the stat I need. And then I hit OK button, and then it's analyze this table again, creating a new graph, and then it will give you this option. So basically this is where you choose the kind of stats and the comparisons that you want to make between your groups. So I have calculated, like, compare the mean of each column with the mean of every other column, and hit OK button. So it will generate you a results something like this. So you get the ANOVA results here, and then you have the multiple comparison here. So if you find the p-value which is significant, then you can go to the multiple comparison and try to pick which one is significant. So this chow at 23 degree versus high fat diet LM at 23 degree, that's the one. Another one is high fat diet at 23 degree and 30 degree. And once you have all these calculations, you can go back to your graph. So in the graph section, we can go back to where our graph is. In this case, it's always difficult to find. Okay, so anyway, so this is our graph. So because it has already calculated, we can go back to this one, and then we say that atomically add pairwise comparison, and it will put all the p-values and whatever. If it is not significant, everything will be automatically done for you. And this is all for this one. Thank you very much.